AUIS President, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, friends, families, and the future industrious AUISers. I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of the graduating class of the 12th Annual Commencement Ceremony. To be honest with you, my family didn't know that I will graduate valedictorian. I wanted to surprise them on the commencement day when they called me to recite the speech. But thanks for Dr. Sumer for ruining my surprise. On the senior day, he was talking to my family and he was saying, Mukrian is a good guy, we are so proud of him, he became the valedictorian. And I said, sir, they don't know, it was supposed to become a surprise. And he said, oh, really? And he immediately left. So really, thank you so much, Dr. Sumer, this means a lot to me. Last summer, thank you. Last summer, I was sitting with a few friends of mine in cafeteria in Building A. The topic of valedictorian came up. One of my friends, and she's here, she might be so mad at me because I didn't help her in the final exam of entrepreneurship. She said, Mukrian, if you become the valedictorian and you end up talking for hours, I really wish that you'll not become the valedictorian. Don't worry, friends. I'm not going to talk all the night. Therefore, this speech is for three groups of people. Above all, for my instructors and the fellow graduates. Secondly, to those who will be standing here one day. And lastly, for my family and friends. Today feels like 1776, and I feel like I am reciting the Declaration of Independence. We will be liberated from classes, exams, quizzes, waking up for 8 a.m. classes, and above all for me, group projects, which I hated a lot. And I already assume you know the answer why I hate group projects. In this declaration, we describe the sort of society that we wish to create. And that is the type of society that we as AUIS students experience here together. But our task as citizens is beginning. Do you remember when we children, they used to ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the answers were like doctors, engineers, artists, architects, or for someone like me who wanted to become a maestro conductor. Today, the things that we dreamed of are about to become reality. This may have been a dream not everyone shared. I never forget the time my friends kept telling me this guy will end up in a mental hospital for studying too much. I highly suggest my friends and the next valedictorians to not listen to the judgment of people, because judgment is something very spontaneous that happens out of the blue. It's not based on rules or laws, but it's based on one's taste or inclination. So really, if you have a dream, work for it, achieve it, act, and set goals. See, there is one fundamental principle of Hinduism that says people's actions and thoughts determines their future and current lives. So at the end of the day, you decide where you go. And today we are here because we listened to our hearts, we followed our dreams rather than the judgment of people. So really, any of us here today is a valedictorian. And that's because we need each other. If there was a piece of paper or a piece of gift specifically for the valedictorian, I would have tear that piece of paper or cut that piece of gift into pieces and divide it among all of my fellow graduates, because I consider all of you as valedictorian. Thank you. I'm standing before you giving this speech simply because of my academic performance and high GPA. But any of you in this graduating class could speak to what we have learned over our time at AUIS. The reason that we are here shows that we passed all of these classes through endurance and perseverance that developed along the way. We went through a lot of struggles and challenges, but at the same time, we learned a lot. We gained skill, experience, and knowledge. And see, we have this concept in entrepreneurship, the window of opportunity. So these experiences, skills, and knowledge are like these window of opportunities for us that will allow us to make the change that we want to see in the world. The time that we spend at AUIS is a treasured time. We are really fortunate to become part of AUIS family. It brings with it huge responsibility to build and help our country. As AUIS students, we have learned about the values such as diversity, equality, integrity, free speech, That's to say, we, even human beings, we even value these things outside of social institution like university. The establishment of such universities, specifically in Suleymania, shows the support of the founder of the university for pluralism in a community where people from different backgrounds can come and strengthen their social relationships and collaborate to imagine an ideal society that upholds these values. I guess last year we passed the Crystal Jubilee of the university, and I am sure after 9 years, when we get to the Silver Jubilee of the university, AUIS will still remain at the top institution to continue assembling diverse student body. If there is one person who is responsible for the endurance of the university, that's the founder, Dr. Barham Saleh. Personally, I wouldn't be here without his support, and I am glad that I didn't make him disappointed. Also, there are other people who made huge contribution to our success. Above all, our families, who stood by us through ups and downs. Secondly, our instructors. Personally, I gave them huge headache by being in their office so often, but this is what learning is about. And lastly, our friends with whom we shared our successes and struggles. Now, I will come to the end of my speech before I become so emotional and leave the stage in tears. I want to thank everyone, including staff, instructors, faculty, friends, and all of those people with whom we made forged bonds that will last a lifetime. 2 days later, we might see each other randomly on the street, and it will refresh our memories and take us back to the treasure time that I mentioned. One last time, please, if you have a dream, forget the people's judgment. Believe that you can achieve it. Believe that this is your dream and this is what you want to achieve, and believe that you can achieve it. I will end it with the story. Once there was a drought in a village, and usually in Islam, when there is a drought, people will gather together to offer prayer for rain. So all of the people of the village gathered together to offer the prayer for rain, except for one family. That family attended the prayer with holding umbrellas, and that's belief. Lastly, Dr. Barham, please allow me to give you this letter in which I have thanked you for the opportunity that you gave me to study at AUIS, and I am glad that I didn't make you disappointed. Thank you so much.